Gummy Bear here, and I'm with you today for a walkthrough of the Tattoo Tarot, as you'll see from the title of the video. Tattoo Tarot, Ink and Intuition, not to be confused with the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zana, I want to say is the artist's name. And this is published by Lawrence King. The artwork is by Mega Munden, who I believe is a London tattoo artist and illustrator. Yeah, it says it on the back. Illustrator and tattoo artist Mega Munden. Yeah, the box is a bit like smooshed. It's like concave. And the text is by Diana McMahon Collins. It's just in a 2-part box. There's no thumb notches for it, but that's okay. It's very pretty. It's a chonker of a box. And there's a book on top. There's no like cellophane or anything, so I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched a walkthrough of this, so I don't know if it's meant to have cellophane on it. I mean, maybe it's seconds. Little notebook, and the cards have a little belly band around them. Okay, cool. I'm just going to have a quick, before I do, I'm going to do the card walkthrough sort of top down on my mobile phone, but there's a little introduction, how to conduct a reading, drawing and interpreting the cards, and then it's got some the heart, the blooming flower, and the third eye insight. Oh, I read those all backwards in the screen. So yeah, it's got, they're quite a lot of, that's a lot of cards though. Oh no, hang on, are you not meant to hold, it's 5 cards. Oh, why have they got all the other cards around it? That's weird. Or do you lay them all out and then turn those ones over? Maybe it explains that in how to conduct a reading. People have different ways of doing readings, or they're just doing that so that it makes the shape that they're showing that it's meant to be named after, or that is named after. And then it's just got a wee bit about the minors. So it goes the suits, the elements, the suits, the numbers. I'll be interested to see what numerical associations they have for each of the pip cards is what I mean, because obviously people have different ways of doing it. We all have our own ways of doing it. And then it goes into the courts. The knights are named cavaliers in this deck. Tiny little colour representations of each card. And then it just goes into a small bit about each of the minors. So we've got the cups there. The majors, I'm guessing, at the back. Yeah. And then the majors, there's not much about the majors either. So it's very, very simple, straightforward, no muss, no fuss. But you know, if you're au fait with Marseille, oh, that rhymes, then I'm sure it'll be fine. And if you are new to Marseille or like pip decks, I probably wouldn't recommend this. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if it's your first Marseille or pip deck, because it's not a Marseille, but it's a Marseille inspired pip deck. I would say maybe get a classic one as well, because all of the Marseille guidebooks will have, you know, like the CBD or the Noblet or the Conver or whatever, the Dodal in there. It's a bit like if you are learning the Smith-Waite system, it's good to have whatever deck that you connect to, and then also at least a copy of a Smith-Waite deck, whatever iteration that might be, whether it's the Albano Waite or the Smith-Waite Centennial, or you know, the Dirty Pam. Excuse me, I just wanted to see. I don't think there's a ribbon. There's no ribbon. Oh, there's something come out as well. So that's quite cool actually, because if this comes out, this little insert, I'm not going to take it out because I have to squash it back in. It doesn't seem to be glued in. So if you wanted to keep this, if I wanted to make, or if you have it made, make a pouch or get a pouch or a bag for it, drawstring bag or whatever, a wrap for it. The box is still nice enough and can be emptied out to like use for other stuff, because I like that. I like boxes and tins and jars just because I like to organise my things and I like to have nice things to put them in. So I will probably keep it in this for now. It's really funny though, because I've been talking about, you know, going on a more of a sort of Smith-Waite and situational pip deck sort of bent at the moment, and then bought and received 3 pip decks. Listen. The pip love is strong for me. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna like switch to a top down, and we're gonna have a look at this bad boy. It's pretty chunky. It's quite heavy. So yeah, see you on the flip side. Right, okay, let's get stuck into these cards, shall we? I love the shimmery shiny. And take the book off. And the cards are... Oh, there's like a little thingy here to stop them falling out. Just a little belly band. Keep them together. It's quite chunky. Ooh, yeah, it's quite thick. The cardstock's nice. It's quite, again, obviously quite thick, but has really nice sort of matte, actually more of a slight semi-satin sheen, semi-matte, I don't know what you'd call it. But let's put that aside, and yeah, shall we have a look at the cards? I'm hoping the lighting is okay, because I've still not quite mastered this whole filming with my mobile phone situation, but we'll have a go. Oh, are they not in an order? Oh, do you know what? Let's just do it this way. That's annoying. So we've got all the suits first, but the devil, why is the devil at the back? Do you know what? This is going to really bug me. So I'm actually going to put it in a more sensible, logical order, and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. They were in a very odd order. Some of the middle Arcana cards were at the very back of the deck, so I don't know if this was actually a second hand. It didn't say it was used, but it didn't come in any plastic wrapping. I can't remember from any of the unboxings I watched when this first came out. When was it? 2019, 2018? This copy was made in 2021, April 2021, so I don't know, but even if it is secondhand, I only got it for £8 and it seems to be in good condition, so meh. So we have our Fool, our Magician. It's got quite a limited colour palette. It sticks to that sort of tattoo tradition, old school tattoo tradition of a limited colour palette. Lots of reds, gold, blue, green, obviously black outline. So yeah, I mean, it literally is just pretty much a Marseille style, well, at least for the majors. I can't quite remember too much with the minors. I think they do deviate from the classic Marseille styling in some of the cards, just because of the way that they've used yeah, scimitars. I think I guess they do use scimitars in the traditional Marseille, but they're stylized scimitars. These look more like actual scimitars. We've got Justice. I don't know, I'm just like putting my hand over the card as I'm turning it so you can't bloody see. The Hermit, that's nice. This almost has a neon quality, and I love this colour. I love this kind of combination. Very pretty. I use that a lot in my own artwork. Actually, I've got 2 of my favourite coloured pencils here are literally that I've got right here that I use quite a lot. Are literally these 2 colours. So that's a very familiar colour palette to me on in that card. Oh, I'm knocking the old phone holder. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Again, we've got a very classic. No character getting squashed at the bottom. No king getting squashed at the bottom on this one. Strength, the traditional pulling the beast's mouth open. Hanged Man. I really like the cardstock, because I've got my ring light on, usually it'd be really glaring off of the cards, but it's not, so that's cool. The Death card. Oh, I really like the ribbon going all the way around them, like they've chopped these people's heads off and it's like ribbons of blood. Very cool. Temperance. It's like a mix of old school and new school style tattoo. because some of the faces look a bit more traditional with regards to tattoo art, and then some of them look a bit more modern. Tower. The person looks like they've either got a blanket around them or wearing some kind of like polka dot outfit. The star, who is herself tattooed. I like that. That's a nice touch. But her face is very sort of modern, that new school style of old school tattooing, if that makes sense. For those of you that know about tattooing might know. The moon. Oh, I like that their paws are touching. Cute. The sun. I can never work out if oh, this looks to be sort of someone coded as male and someone coded as female here. They don't look like children. They look like adults. I can never work out if they're meant to be babies or like grown people in some of the sort of Marseille style decks. Because some of them have like some hardcore abs, and I'm like, those are some pretty ripped babies or kids, toddlers. I don't know. Judgment. Again, these people are tattooed here. I don't know why they've covered the nipples on the world. I mean, but she's got cool rose tattoos on her boobs, so there's that, I guess. Oh god, having your nipples pierced, bloody hell, ouch. And then now we're on to the suit of swords. See what I mean with the it deviates from the traditional, to a certain extent, the traditional Marseille style. I really like the backs of these as well. Has a classic playing card feel to them. Four of Swords. Where's the fourth sword? Oh, it's at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like two daggers and two scimitars. Okay, this is cool. I love this old school rose. And the like little filler elements. Again, very cool. Six of Swords. I think I remember there being a misprint between the 6 and the 7 of Swords when this originally came out. And the 7 of Swords also had 6 of Swords, and then they amended it. From what I remember, I may be wrong about that, but I think that was what happened. The 8 of Swords. You're getting that real feel of like structure and stability with this one, but also a bit of like maybe it's just a bit overbearing because you've got this rigidity, and then these four, feels very stable and secure, like a very secure structure, but it's also, there's a lot of crossbars going on and it feels like a lot, you know. Got our nautical star. 9 of Swords. I like that they sort of change up the elements in the cards as well, because it gives you a little something extra to read with, you know, when you're reading with a pip deck. A little bit of nuance, a little bit of extra flavouring. Now we're into our courts here. We've got the Knave. I like his snake tattoo on his hand, and then got a neck tattoo. Knight of Swords. I love that they're like sleeved up. He's not wearing full armor because it's important that he shows off his tattoos. Very dangerous, vain and dangerous. The Queen of Swords. Look at her. She's gonna kick some ass. But again, maybe have some armor on. I don't know. Maybe she's just practicing. Maybe she's just training. King of Swords. Who's like hugging that dangerously close to his face. I don't know. He's got a bit of a hipster moustache beard combo going on. Very London Hoxton circa 2010, 2011. Ace of Cups, into the cups now. And I like that they're very definitely colour coded. So the swords are very blue. The cups are clearly very yellow. I think the pentacles are quite green, and then the wands are quite red. So that also really helps as well. Because sometimes with Marseille decks, they don't always really sort of colour code the suits much, especially if there's a limited colour palette, and it can get a little bit confusing, especially I think for beginners who with the swords and the wands. And I think as long as you sort of remember that the swords are based on the scimitars from the original Islamic, I think it's Islamic Mamluk deck, then it'll be easy to remember. Or if you see the wands as staffs, which is sometimes called staffs in some decks. Of this eye crying into this 5th cup here in the middle. Oh, look at that. We've got a Sacred Heart. Oh, God. Clumsy. God, it nearly landed on the flame. That would be just typical of me. 7, and I like that you've got... Well, you don't actually have all the different things. That's very Smith-Waite, but you do have like something on the middle one again. Little decorative motif. Oh, I love the little hearts. The 8. The 9. I don't know why I'm saying the numbers. You can clearly see the numbers. I guess these walkthroughs are for myself as much as for anyone else most of the time. So 10 of Cups is weird. They've got the like peace symbol. Is it the CMD? Is it called the CMD symbol? The Knave. The Knight. The Queen. She looks like someone I know actually. The King with his front neck tattoo. Oh, that's so badass. And then like the scalp tattoos. And into the coins. I love this. Is it a peacock? Oh, at first I thought it was a snake, but then I saw all the feathers and then the sort of Celtic knotwork, which was sort of very 90s thing going on in the tattoo world, wasn't it? Tribal stuff, God help us all, and the Celtic stuff. Neither of which were probably particularly appropriate for most people to be using. The 2 of Coins. And what I remember that I liked about the coins in this deck is that the coins have different things depicted in them. Again, adding a little bit of flavour. So the 3 of Coins, you've got that sort of work ethic here. A little bit Masonic as well, isn't it? Masonic temple symbolism going on there. The 4 of Coins. So we've got runes and then a diamond and a very cool snake. Oh, I'm enjoying that. I forgot that there were runes in some of the coins. And a skull. Gotta love a bit of skull action. 6 of Coins. That's cool. With the classic sort of hands and envelope tattoo with the meaning of the card. 7 of Coins. We've got an hourglass here between the 2 in the middle there. And your arrows, which is interesting. 8 of Coins. See, then it's sort of pulling in a little Smith-Waitiness in the coins, isn't it? Which is making it a little bit of a hybrid for this particular suit. 10 of Coins. Now into the quartz. Oh, we've got a little diamond on his coin. Very fancy. Oh, they've all got diamonds on theirs. I never understood the whole thing with diamonds. Diamonds are literally like bits of rock that De Beers convinced people are worth lots of money. Like, it's so weird when you think about it. And also has a horrendous, troubling history, and I guess that continues. I'm not so au fait with current diamond mining situation, but I'm sure it's probably mostly horrendous still. Ace of Wands. Yeah, very red. Lots of flamey goodness. Cool. 2. Oh, that's interesting. You've got like this bit of brick wall here. 3. Just a little swirly ribbon. You get the feeling of movement. The 4. Lots of diamonds. I have a diamond. 5 heart. I've got a heart too. Tattoo. 6. You get the victory laurel there. Makes me think of Shauna Bear from 6 of Wands here on YouTube. 7 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Oh, you get that like directionality with like the 4 points of the compass. 9 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. Knave. Knight. Queen. she looks like the only person in this whole deck that looks like she could be a woman of color. Like everyone else looks very like European, which is a shame, right? We want to see some more diversity. But I think what they're trying to do, if one could argue, is that they're doing that classic Marseille where all the skin tones of the people are the same as the cardstock that it's on. But I feel like her features are coded a bit more. I mean, a bit more. Maybe, I don't know. Like she could be black or mixed race. And then our King of Wands, again with some baller hand tattoos. So yeah, I've wanted this for a long time. I'm glad I finally pulled the trigger on it. The production quality for a cheap deck, I mean, usually it's only about £15 anyway. You can usually get it for about 11 or 12 most of the time. It's a decent, decently made quality deck for the price. And you know, I'm a fan of tattoos. As problematic again as the history can be, but I think that there's not much in this world that isn't in some way problematic and needs sort of looking at a bit more closely and sort of deconstructing that. And oh goodness, I'm trying to get my hands around it though to shuffle. This might be a little tricky. Sorry, I'm just doing this off camera. I'm trying to do that whole thing where I straighten up each pile on my boobs. If you know, you know. Oh, that is stiff as hell. But I don't think I'm going to be able to bridge it because it's very thick. The cardstock is thick and the deck itself is then quite chunky. But I can, as you can see, at least riffle it. I'm just going to move these little doodads and bits of gack out of the way. I was trying to make it, you know, look pretty like so many other people do. So it looks a bit more interesting or a bit more presentable. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying something different. Let's just give it another. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, I can kind of. Oh yeah, it's just that tiny bit too big. I think I've seen a couple of people trim this down, trim the white borders off, but I actually quite like the white borders on it. They don't bother me. Okay, so let's just put out some of the cards. Oh yeah, pretty. Yeah, I like the borders. I feel like it needs it. So yeah, that's the cards. So yeah, I'm happy. £8, job's a good one. Do you have this deck? And if so, do you like it? Do you use it very often? Does it read well for you, or do you struggle to read with it? Or is it on your wish list and you can't decide whether you want it or not? Or do you hate it? You know, all are valid. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.